we've all watched the Will and Jada thing, yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it, did you?
No, I watched the short clips of it on Instagram.
What
The
did you watch?
entanglement bit.
Yeah, that part.
That was the only thing
When
that
they were
was
saying some bullshit like bad marriage for life.
Oh,
that wasn't even
no,
funny.
but she's
different.
No. You know what it is, right? I'm gonna say it from the bat. She's got something on Will, definitely.
She's got something on all of these guys.
No, but she's got something on Will, like something personal. What guy, like, why would she? Basically, that Bad Marriage for Life is a reference to Bad Boys for Life, the movie, innit? That's obviously a dickhead thing to say.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I mean,
he was the one who said it.
no, but I'm saying it looked all scripted.
Yeah.
Like, it looked too like they knew what they were chatting about and this and that. Do you know what I mean? It looked too it felt like it was too scripted for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's definitely got something.
That Red Table show, that's her show, right? That she does for counselling usually.
Yes. Pause the podcast again. I think I just really love pausing it because I learned how to freeze frame and edit last week. But yeah, I just paused it to tell you a couple of things. First of all, we put the Will Smith and Jada Smith interview in the comments down below, in the description down below, sorry. So if you're new to the beef, you can watch that and then come and watch this podcast so you understand fully. And also, if there's anything specific you want us to talk about, any topics you want to hear from us, then drop that down in the comments down below or DM us on Instagram. And yeah, subscribe, enjoy the podcast, and I'll leave you to it. So I'm going to press play now.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing. So the situation started with apparently August needed like help and this and that, and like he needed like mental kind of help.
Yeah,
and I think he's only like 3 or 4 years older than Willow.
Yeah, he was 23 in 2015.
Yeah, so obviously in that kind of way, like it's a bit weird and it's a bit pedophilia.
Well, it's not pedophilia.
Let me explain, right?
So there's a case already.
No. So this is a problem that I had with all of that situation, right? And during that situation, she said she's got I don't know, maybe I'm taking it in the wrong way, but I'm sure she said something like, "I've got a thing for helping people."
Yeah.
And I find it attractive.
Yeah, like emotional healing. Yeah, she kept on talking about emotional healing.
Did I hear it the wrong way?
No. I said something like that.
Yeah. So for me, I took it in the way where, bro, you're kind of like, you like vulnerability on some other people.
And you're trying to help
them. Okay, maybe she doesn't, but that's the way I took it.
Yeah,
because
it could be misconstrued.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the way I took it, right? Because Will even admitted during that, like, oh yeah, I needed to heal myself.
Yeah,
but that was like health-wise. And we took a break. But no point within that, like what she calls an entanglement was like accepted. And obviously it's not Will's permission to give.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Yeah, what did you think about that?
No, they said something in one of the podcasts, or she tweeted something like that, when their relationship is like an open relationship and they both decide if they want to get with someone
during
else.
that break.
Yeah,
I think it's just extended throughout the entire relationship.
No, because they don't say they're married, they say they're like life
partnership, which
life partners.
More bullshit.
Yeah.
But they say something like, if you want to get with someone else, you just have to ask the other person. Like, I really want to get with this person.
Yeah, and I think the issue came from when did she tell?
Yeah, but this August thing came from while they were separated.
Yeah,
so that's why she was saying, "Oh, I don't need Will's permission," because it was while they were separated. But yeah, so that's where it all came from. But they denied it for ages, and then now they just came out and was just like, "Yeah, it was true."
But that's the situation, right? Yeah. So let's talk about it from like each step, because it can relate to society as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like open relationships. What are you thinking about that straight up?
For me, like, I'm not in a relationship, but like, yeah, open relationship ain't for me. Really.
I know, but like, because obviously, can you make a reason for why they would go into one? Why people would? I'm not talking about you.
When you're in that level of fame, maybe it's a bit different.
No, but I mean, like,
because like all this
in general, I don't see the point of an open relationship. It doesn't make sense. You might as well just be friends with benefits, and then. Yeah. That way you're not devoted to each other and you can just get with other people.
I think the difference between friends with benefits and open relationship might just be that like friends with benefits is purely sexual, but an open relationship is like you have that sort of like relationship bond. But if you find somebody else that like you want to like do those sexual like things with, then you can.
So this is
just call it say your friends and
so this is the problem, right?
My problem with that whole situation is bullshit, really.
Yeah, but my whole problem with because open relationships is an actual thing.
Yeah.
People actually.
I'm talking about that Will Smith thing.
Yeah, but like the whole problem is open relationships at the start. So my problem would be, no matter like how long you're in an open relationship, one person would have stronger feelings than the other person.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if one person's like, so in that case, it was Will who had stronger feelings for Jada.
Yeah.
And Jada got with August. And the problem isn't that she got with him because they were separated. The problem was that he loved her more than.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you were on a break. Like, yes, you was on an open relationship.
Because the way they got together is, because you know how he was on Fresh Prince and Bella, and she auditioned, and I don't think she got it the first time.
Yeah.
And Will helped to get it.
Yeah.
So maybe she felt, I something.
And I feel like,
but like that situation, they separated because of like she cheated on him, and he kicked her out. Like that's what happened, and then they separated. And because in that Red Table interview, they're like, we're going to be separated for indefinitely. But obviously they came back together. But yeah, like the whole.
So in that timeline, where did they accept that they're going to be in an open relationship? Because can you cheat?
Surely, if you're in an open relationship, surely you would make that clear at the very start.
Can you cheat? Can you cheat while you're in an open relationship?
Yeah.
Can you?
So I think the way
if it's made clear that it's an open relationship, then
but I think the way they put the rules out was, if you want to get with someone else, you ask the other person and tell them, can I? And if they say no, you don't.
Yeah.
And if they say yes, you go.
Well, if you break the rules after asking them, then I guess it's cheating.
But you set yourself up for failure almost.
Yeah,
you're setting yourself, and it's like, for me, it's like, why do you get married? Like, so like the concept of marriage for me is like
devoted to one person.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I feel like the word, like the whole idea of marriage is so like lessened nowadays. Like the value of it's so less.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'd only get married if I knew that person was going to be like, it's unconditional love from the get-go. Not like from after 10 years after we piss about and then you get unconditional love. It has to be unconditional love from the get-go.
Well, like love at first sight.
Not love at first sight, unconditional love. Like as in from the get-go, from when you're married. I don't mean from like when you meet each other. I mean from when you decide to get married.
Yeah.
So obviously in their case, they were married. And then she obviously done that thing with August. Which is obviously because he was so young as well. And
I don't know the full story, but I'm pretty sure Will's done stuff like that too.
Yeah, he done it with Margot Robbie.
Well, that's just rumors, really.
Well, I think he can admit to it. Like he's done his thing, but that's because that was the reason why there isn't problems there is because it's an open relationship. Do you know what I mean? I think the problem comes in where you commit to another person, which Jada did.
But I think people, do you know what you said before? As the concept of marriage has like been devalued. I feel like it's kind of, people take marriage so like, don't take it seriously enough. Don't think that if you're marrying this person at like 25, 30, you're gonna marry them, stay devoted to them for 50 years, really. And people don't think like that. So like this situation is after 20 years and then they're like, oh, fuck it, let me just cheat. Like,
but people, this is the problem. I mean. The problem with that problem that I feel marriage is, it's like, you don't marry to settle for life. Yeah. You marry so you like settle yourself for kind of divorce or like, you know, I feel like you know, with
nowadays.
I feel like people are so worried about like getting like, do you know what I mean, with like more people doing prenups and this and that. Like we were talking about the other day, like about prenups. Like I'm saying like personally, obviously prenups is a logical idea and it's fair.
What's prenups? Right?
Prenups is basically before you get married, you have like a set of like kind of ideals that like, or settlements that you'll get if you did divorce.
Yeah.
So in the Jeff Bezos case, obviously his wife got half of his whole wealth in it.
They $1 billion, isn't it?
Yeah, which is kind of mad, isn't it?
She became a billionaire.
She became a billionaire.
But in the UK, it's not part of law.
No, yeah.
Like prenups aren't part of our legal system. But if you have one, the judge will consider it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like nowadays, loads of people do prenups. Like it's obviously more of a like
safety.
I get we've been going in like bad faith.
Yeah, and do you not think it's kind of you're setting yourself up for failure?
Yeah, because you're getting in the mindset of like if worse comes to worse and I cheat on this person,
I feel like
kind of got something.
I feel like that's the same thing as open relationships in my head.
Open relationships are totally different.
No, I feel like they're different, but it's the same concept in where like you're like, oh, let's be in an open relationship, and if I find someone, then I'll get with them. Do you get me?
Yeah,
because it's kind of like you're freeing yourself up.
But there's more to relationships than just physical. So.
But in that case,
in the open relationship case, it's like it's fine if they physically interact with other people because they're confiding in me, like I'm their go-to. But that's not the case because when you go out looking for someone, eventually you're going to start confiding and talking to them more, building a deeper bond, and eventually that's another like really a full relationship you got there.
And that's one of the reasons why people say you commit to one person. And like think about it, right? Naturally, we commit to one person, even though as a male, your innate nature is to reproduce with as many people as you want.
Yeah.
Naturally, you innate you take only one partner.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is so that you devote your whole being to them.
Yeah.
You devote your family to them.
Yeah.
And you devote you have kids, you have your offspring, and you're able, because it makes it a whole like sticky situation. Like even in this case, I'm sure Willow or one of them calls Tupac dad.
What?
Which is mad. Yeah. She sent a letter to Tupac, like she made like poem and that calling Tupac dad and this and that. No, but I know, but they're already weird. Like you already know that mindset's a bit weird. But I'm talking about.
What did Jada have a relationship with Tupac or something?
Well, it's
Yeah. So because they're both from like the west end of like.
Yeah. No. Probably they didn't have a relationship. Probably they were really close friends. But
the thing is, isn't Willow 19? So even if like
not Willow, Jada and
Jada and
no, but Willow's 19, so like Tupac died. Like,
I know, but she still calls her dad.
I think
that's so weird.
They went to the same high school.
Nah, but this is
just like crying at night. Like,
no, but that's deep in it for me, right? Like, I don't care if a guy's dead. If my girl's mourning because they had this like, you know, once Tupac died, she done this mad show, and like, obviously, fair enough, she cried and this and that.
Yeah.
Fair's like obviously love and this and that.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, it's like you can tell there was more love for, like, I don't know, it felt like more than just friends.
Yeah,
exactly.
And if her daughter's calling him dad, it obviously makes it look bad for Will as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about it from Will's situation, bro. Like, what would I be like?
You'd feel shame.
You'd feel a bit like kicked to the curb. You're the side man. This and that. I ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
You get me? And I feel like that's the worst part of open relationship. There'll always be one side or one partner that feels like a bit of the side.
But I watched this thing once, like, you know, Will Smith's like one of the best actors we have, right now. It was a video, like a speech by him. He was saying he wanted to become the world's best actor, and you can say in the past decade he started making more movies and taking more top roles. But in the speech, he was saying how he had to sacrifice his family almost.
So like what? As in like time wise,
spending time. Yeah, to like. So you know Jordan Peterson. He like says you can either have a life or you can be like really good at something. You can't have both.
Yeah.
So like if you want to become the best actor, you're gonna have to devote all your time to it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to sacrifice like
in
family.
that case, I find it a bit unfair because like no wait, Will's got a son in it, Trey Smith.
Yeah.
From a previous relationship,
previous marriage and this and that. But like then you think about like I'm looking at Jaden and I'm looking at Willow. Are they really going to be successful without Will?
They're already successful.
Yeah, like they made that water brand, didn't they?
Yeah, but would they be successful without the name Smith at the end of the day?
Oh, who knows?
I know, but I'm personally saying they got.
I think
it's like called the Jenners. Would they be successful?
Yeah, exactly.
They'd be completely different if they didn't grow up like. Around
exactly. And for me, when you're, it's like this guy's done everything for you. The guy's brought you into the world, and the guy's this and that, and like the whole family's just kicking him to the curb. And like even during that whole interview, it felt. I'm not gonna lie, right? I cringe at like weird shit. Like, you know, when you see like people like.
But you got to think like these lot always talk about emotional healing. Yeah. So like in that family, talking to Tupac, I don't think Will would have taken it that deep because that whole culture around that family is fucking emotional healing all the time, and like. So talking to Tupac is probably just part of it. So I don't think Will would have taken that too deeply.
It wouldn't, but I would.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah. I'm not trying to resonate. I'm not
trying to chat about. So weird, like
their mentality is completely different. But I can only speak for myself right now. Yeah. With open relationships,
there's no way my wife's gonna have a male best friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, no, like I'll be on a real right. I don't have like all our friends are. Boys, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I probably got like one girl not even best friend, one girl like mate, who's like, do you know what I mean, from uni, and it's like, do you know what I mean, I wouldn't have ever met unless we got put into that circumstance, right? But like,
does
all of us
podcast, does she subscribe?
We'll check about that. Nah, but like, I mean, like, all of us were like. Since school, since everything, I'm sure you went to a mixed school, but obviously we went to a boys' school. But you can even admit, like, most of your friends are mainly going to be a circle of boys.
Yeah, because literally, like in middle school, like it was a bit different. Like I would have girl mates and guy mates, but then as you grow older, you just kind of have guy mates because you have the same experiences, really.
Yeah, exactly. No, like I'll admit, as a young kid, like obviously you have like girl mates, but as you grow older, as you grow older, it's like. Your mates are only going to be that circle of boys and whatever happens.
People like-minded.
I mean, like-minded. Because, like, once you get in a relationship, are you going to really get, like... I mean, I know people do that. It might be okay for them, but personally for me...
If someone's comfortable, fair enough. But I'm saying, how can I'd find it hard to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know my wife would. That's why I'm like...
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, before anything, you surely, when you devote to a marriage like they have, you put your husband or your partner or your wife before anyone. Like in that situation, before a friend, before another situation, before an entanglement.
But really,
I think that's a good way to put it because in a marriage, you're supposed to put the other person's first. But in this scenario, other people were above Will.
Yeah,
and I think that's the main.
That's when you know the marriage just wasn't working.
Do you think it would? Like obviously they're still together now, isn't it?
I don't know what they are, man.
Yeah, they're just
some
life
sort of
partners.
Partnership.
Yeah, I said life partners.
What even is that?
and they're never gonna get
It's
divorced.
a civil partnership, basically. They live together.
No,
and
no,
this
they're
and that.
married, but like
They're married, but
their title that they say is life partners.
Would you get married,
Yeah.
legally?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm gonna get married, but in the sacrament of my religion. I mean,
yeah.
so a nikah, but I don't know if I'd get married legally. Like I told you as well, I don't know. I don't
But
feel
why?
like I would. See, I just feel like it's I feel like it's added. You know how a lot
Added
of people
pressure.
not added pressure, but I feel like you're putting a tag on something that you don't really need to. And I know there's benefits to being married. There are benefits, but I feel like it's not necessary benefits that you need.
I don't
to
get what
take.
the drawbacks are though. I don't get what the drawbacks.
Drawbacks are divorce,
if you separate.
separation.
Then
Yeah,
if
but
you that's what
I know the mentality. That's
No,
what I'm talking
but
about.
even if you divorce Islamically,
Yeah.
you can, even though you're not married legally, I'm pretty sure if you went to court and you presented like the nikah and stuff like that, they could still.
Nah, they can't.
Are you sure?
You'd need when you get married Islamically, you'll need an annulment. So an Islamic annulment.
But
that's the divorce.
Do you know the nikah conditions?
The conditions, that's what you set. So that's not the same as a legal marriage, because legal marriage is if I have the company, and that's got nothing to do with the conditions
I know what you
I've
mean.
put in the thing.
But in the nikah, your wife could put
think
down.
about it, right? If I had a nikah tomorrow, I'm not gonna have my business tomorrow, am I?
That's true.
Do you get me? By the time I'm 40, I might be successful. I've got my own
Inshallah.
house. I've got this and that. Inshallah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've got
inshallah.
everything. And then after that, legally, she's
get what
entitled
you
to
mean.
half of that. But I don't want a prenup
Yeah.
if I do get married. So for me, I'm thinking about I don't want a prenup. It's like a catch-22. I don't want a prenup,
Yeah.
but also I don't want a marriage.
Like you yeah.
Do you get me? So I'd rather just leave all of that.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. And I feel like as a character, I'd be fair in, I'll give you this and that. I
think even
I've not looked at it enough,
Yeah.
but
no, I feel like everyone's out for themselves. So if that happened, you try and take as much as you can. So just you talk about Jeff Bezos, his wife took loads of money from him. If you divorce your wife, she'd try and get as much as you can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's
I'm
out
gonna
for
try to
themselves.
take as much as I can from
Yeah.
her family.
Yeah.
yeah, but at the end of the day-
everyone's out for themselves.
everyone's out for themselves. But at the end of the day,
joking.
character. Do you know what I mean, I'm joking.
I'm joking.
At the end of the day, character's character. Your partner you choose is the partner whose morals you choose as well. So if you did end, she'd mess you up, then surely you wouldn't go into that.
I wasn't even thinking of like that because it just makes sense. Like, okay, we're married Islamically.
Yeah.
Let's get the deed done. It's just like
and that's it. That's
A
it.
to B. That's
I'm
it.
not. That's the thing. I'm not trying to say I would never get married. I'm just saying I'm not really that bothered about having a legal marriage.
No, but now that you said it, I've actually thought about it. There's no
actual reason to do it.
'Cause
And
you can-
think about it, it's 30 grand as well. Do you think I'm doing that?
You mean the ceremony? Or
Bro, a whole I mean,
No,
like,
girls have faces
do you know what I mean? In
You
general,
just need to pay for
marriage.
Valima.
No, but I mean, in general, a marriage, like the ceremony and the
you're gonna have to do
legality.
the ceremony and stuff anyway, fam.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Loads of people. I don't care what my family want. I don't want a marriage. I've even said it straight up. I don't.
Okay, I thought you want about
No, but I mean even
being
legally,
married.
even
legally married, you just sign the form.
there's the forms.
bloody
Do you
whatever
know what I
it's
mean, at the
called.
registry office.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
talking about that as well, but I'm talking about the whole ceremony put in.
But the not groom, the bride ceremony, she gets to have one, fam.
It's up to her, and that's her problem there. Do you get me? No, but that's the truth of it. I just don't feel like,
There's a lot of money though. 30,
Yeah.
50, 40k, fam.
especially as Asian,
But it's such
I
a
need to rent the
it's such a
castle, I need
cultural
to
thing.
rent the
It's
car.
such a cultural thing.
as Asian,
have a big
marriage
wedding,
is-
bigger wedding. My family would be like, Hunter's wedding needs to be bigger than Sakib's wedding, and then you end up spending
Bro,
that.
this might be a bit off topic, but you know,
We're straight off topic. completely.
nah, but you know what it is, right?
Well, who?
But you know, marriage is for Asian culture, it's I don't know, people who are listening to this who might not be Asian and this and that. It's literally a competition.
It's literally
I mean,
to show off. Look,
to show
this is
off your
our
wealth.
family.
This
This
is
is
my
how much
family.
money we got.
It's another another
Do you think
home
that?
base, bro. What you mean?
I feel
What
like in my
other-
family, I think this is just me personally.
Yeah.
Like the whole Asian culture of our wedding needs to be bigger than yours. My son needs to be more impressed than your son.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the thing. Like my family, personally, I don't think they care about that. So I feel like people make such a big deal of Asian family this, Asian family. I don't think that's actually as big of a thing as people make out.
I agree. I don't think it's a competition.
I don't think
per
it's
se.
yeah,
I
but
think it's a pride thing.
It's a pride.
Like within themselves,
Yeah.
it's not competition, but it's
No,
just
but
like,
you
yeah.
know, like I'm
No,
not.
I feel like if my dad
Yeah.
wouldn't care,
But it's
what
not
my
like-
sister's wedding
we're
is,
not. I
compared
know,
to I don't know, Nazi else's daughter
Yeah.
or something.
no, but I can say that about my family. I'm sure I can say that about your family as well. They're I don't think they personally go out their way to make
No,
sure
not
they're
personally.
better. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to talk about it in a personal
It's
point
more
of
like
view. I'm
we
talking about
want to do it for ourselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
But-
like that.
I'm trying to talk about in general, back home.
Yeah.
I'm sure they literally you can tell one of the aunties will be or the food wasn't as good
Yeah,
as
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Bro,
mean?
I hate when people
No,
say
but
that.
it's true though. It happens often. Like, oh, yo, the food was so late. The food wasn't as good as, or that person's
Yeah,
wedding.
yeah.
Oh, look at the Mendy, man. It's crap.
But then
What's the
Yeah,
stage
people
going on?
do that a lot.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm not gonna lie.
And that
That's
built-
that's what breeds that
No,
culture.
but I feel like people-
shit, everything needs to be perfect.
yeah, exactly.
Like whenever I go to family gatherings, like when I was younger, my mum would make me look pristine. So that aunties wouldn't be like, "Oh, Hamza's not being fed. Oh,
Yeah.
Hamza's not looking good." All this sort of crap.
Yeah,
So yeah, I get that.
yeah,
I get
but and it's not about like competition within them,
Yeah.
but you can tell the
Just
people
from pride,
that
yeah.
the people
What you
that
say
are
about
watching it and the people
get
that
what you
are
mean.
attending the wedding, they've got a bit of competition within
It's
them.
uncles
That
that
they're
do the
like,
most.
yeah, uncles,
Yeah.
like you can tell them, uncles, aunties, who cares? They're both like, to be honest, they all go home at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
and they're like, it's not like competition for like the person who's having the wedding.
Yeah.
It's competition for like
Between the
the guest, like,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
like
I
it's,
would-
it's literally like come
I
dine
would-
with me.
exactly.
It's literally like come dine with
like
me.
I
That's
wouldn't
what it
have
is.
this and this and that. I
Yeah.
would do this. I would do that
Yeah.
different and this and that. And I think that turns into a kind of an issue
Yeah.
of like, you know, what's the point?
But people
Am I
don't.
doing
People don't realize why they're at a wedding. Like generally, like I used to just think you go to a wedding so you can have free food.
Food.
Generally, that's all I
You know
get.
that people wait for the food, they'll complain about the food,
Yeah.
they're like, it's cold. Give me an extra rice, man. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Hurry up.
literally.
And they'll leave straight after the food.
And literally 2
And
minutes
literally-
later.
So
But like,
that
I've
point
done
of
that
view-
plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
no,
but
we're all
from that
victims.
point of view, I can understand why you don't want to like have a proper wedding because
Ah,
like, who's it for really?
At the end of the
Who's
day,
it
it's
for?
for the guests.
Yeah,
But isn't that an issue with inviting more people than you need? Because if you invite,
Nah, I feel like that's an issue of
because Asian weddings
showing
always have
off.
to be big.
Like, you know how we just said it's showing off. People want to invite as many people as they want
yeah.
to
I
show
don't-
everyone.
I don't only want to invite
Not
like
you, but I'm talking
close
about like,
friends and family.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Why do I
don't
want to
one.
feed the people who unnecessarily?
Nah, but your dad would want to invite, like, do you know what I mean? I'm not talking about your dad, but your dad's people's dads would want to invite his friends,
Yeah.
his daughter, his brother's friends,
And
and
those
this
friends
and that.
ain't coming.
Yeah.
Nah, but
literally.
not you. I don't want one. I don't even want to.
I don't think
I've never seen these
I mean,
people
but-
before in my life.
Exactly, and let's be honest, right? You go to a family wedding. How many people do you know there?
Like honestly, like I was saying this, I was having this conversation with my cousin. I was like, if I was to invite people that I know, I'd probably invite like people that I'd actually want to come. If I was being like lenient, like maybe 40. But you know when you're there, there's going to be like 200, 250 people, and like half of them, like I'd say like 8% you don't even know who they are. You like you might have seen their face, but you don't know who they
And
are.
that's the point, isn't it? I think that's the issue of like marriage that we've got. And nowadays, it's like all kind of like material and like obviously I'm like everyone loves material. I love material and this and that, but at the end of the day, it's so valued on material more than like the morals before
Yeah.
anything. Now, I feel like that's the biggest issue. Like, and it's even like the reason why I think the Will and Jada thing is so like the reason why it's popped off so much.
That's nice. You were back.
No, but the reason why it's popped up so much is that it's a microscope on like society. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like open relationships are a thing, failed marriages are a thing, and like do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
people like just accept. Oh, it's not working. So
Yeah,
let's get divorced.
exactly. Like that's the truth.
And
of
I
it.
hate that mentality.
I hate that. Like I know for a fact if I get married, it's not gonna be just like
I'm not gonna break it off
break
of
off.
anything. We're gonna fucking work.
bro, we're gonna
fam.
work until because
We're
that's the
gonna
thing,
work.
that's the whole point of marriage, isn't it? It's devotion to like you agree from the start, like yo.
It's not gonna be
marriage-
easy. It's making it through the hard parts.
Yeah, and he even Will said at the end, like, you know, if we had a crystal ball and we saw everything that we'd been through, like before we got married, we wouldn't stay together.
Yeah.
In that moment, like as in like, in that moment, we wouldn't have.
But
decided to get
I
married.
think the fact that they're still trying to give it a go,
And
at
that's
the
what
end,
I rate.
I rate the fact that they're trying to give it a go, even after all this.
Why are they giving it a go
pressure.
to though?
No, but it's in like
Partnership,
I don't know,
man.
man.
no, because
Yeah,
they
but
could easily, like Will could have easily just been like, okay, you cheated on me, goodbye.
But
Like
that's-
I picked you up so much, goodbye. Like he could
Okay,
easily.
but what's the need to divorce when you can get with whoever you want, do whatever you want, and you just literally just living
yeah, so it's like
in the same
it's a
house?
stupid. Like,
Have you
open
seen
relationship.
their house?
Yeah, but you don't know how much they.
It's literally probably half of the street. Will could be on the other end, and Jada could be on the other end. They wouldn't even know.
That's us assuming that they're taking full advantage of an open relationship. Like realistically, in an open relationship, you're probably not always like with other girls. Really and truly.
I saw this thing where I'm sure you saw it as well. Like it's about Will's probably done it with 100 girls, but as soon as Jada does it with one, it's a big problem. I
I've
feel
seen
like
that.
what do you think about that? Like we'll do this.
What
quickly.
gender roles?
Not gender roles. Like, I mean, like the problem
None of the
with
stupid feminists just coming out of nowhere just to have their back.
no, but you know what the joke part is, yeah. You know the part that I find funny, like you know the males, like they actually are deep in Jada a bit more than like they would if a normal guy done it. Do you know what I mean, it's
You know what hurts more? It's not the fact that she slept. If she did sleep with him,
If
slept
she
with-
did,
Oh yeah,
come on.
it's
Like
the fact
August
she built a
Alsina.
relationship with him.
Yeah.
That's what hurts more.
Yeah.
And
No,
guys,
it's just like a one night stand. It's actually emotional
do you think it's because Will's like, or like, do you know what I mean, he's our Fresh Prince, do you know what I mean?
nah,
Will's
it's not
that
that.
guy, do you know what I mean?
Because I saw something today online. It was something like, if it was Will who'd gone with someone, one of his daughter's friends, or someone who's just
he'd be known as a nonce.
you'd call him a paedophile. Why are you guys?
That's why
talking
I started off with saying paedophile, because at the end of the day, the
Yeah,
situation
but
is
people
so
would
messed
call
up.
him a pedophile, but
No, but we don't mean
it doesn't make
Will.
any sense.
No, but if it
Doesn't make
was
any
Will,
sense.
you'd be slaying him fully.
Yeah.
Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's borderline.
Man, it's
pedophilia.
trash.
No, but the thing is, right? We're not calling him pedophile because he's like with a minor and this and that. It's pedophilia because it's such a weird situation. Do you
No.
get me? That's why people call other people pedophiles, and like in that
You
context,
get a lot more bad press
Yeah.
than Jada's getting. Jada's
Jada.
like, I just didn't.
Jada's got a red
Emotional
red
healing.
tape,
But
do you
she's
know what I mean?
different, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, she's different, isn't it? That's the truth of it. But like, that's the thing, innit? Like, do you think she's getting unfair criticism, compared to like what a man would get in that situation? Or do you think Will would genuinely?
Yeah,
get more?
when you put it like that, if
I
Will
think
go with
Will
one of
got
Willow's like friends, yeah, it would be like really weird because it's a guy.
Yeah.
But because it's a woman, you don't think it's like a bit.
Mm.
It's not nonsense.
See, there's no issue
It's
with
like
them.
nonsense behavior.
See, I think
older
you know,
woman getting with a younger
Yeah,
man, but it's the other way around.
yeah.
Isn't it?
I feel like it's also like another argument.
But that
a lot
wouldn't
of
just be
people-
personal to Will. That would be like
and anyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like another argument people put in place is like, oh, it's good to see like a woman's doing this. And I didn't
what?
agree with it. I didn't agree with it at all. But I read this thing where it's like, I feel like it's good to see a woman
I'm gonna sink one of those.
empower a woman, like woman, like empowering herself to go out her way to just speak up about her
Which
own
bitch said
situation.
this,
Just-
fam?
I saw it on like a Twitter post. I mean, you see all of that kind of shit.
I hate people like that because they're not using the common sense. Anything you do, they're just using the free will. People,
Yeah.
freedom. Shut up, man. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it's like a liberal kind of point of view in it.
There's being liberal and there's being stupid.
Did you see
Yeah.
that Twitter thing of them naked, all them like naked women outside Bond Street, and they were just screaming outside
what?
the underground. They were just screaming
About the
like,
underground?
no, like, so they were fully naked, and they just anyone coming out of like Bond Street underground, they just start screaming at them. And there's like 40 of them. Like some of them, like, do you know what I mean, crazy hench and this and
what's
that.
the
Bro,
point?
I'd shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'd scream at them back or something. Do you get me? No, but that's
I'd walk back into the tube station and be like, yeah, next
No,
time.
but I think that's kind of like the president that's set now. That like, you know, anything goes as long as it's like
You're happy.
you're happy.
Yeah.
It's
you get me?
bollocks, honestly.
And I think that's the problem that people need to understand with marriage, with
I
relationship.
don't think it's bollocks, to be honest. Like, you should do what makes you happy, right? But
Of course.
you got to think of other people's feelings, especially in these in relationships. You got to think of the other person.
No, but the other person comes first.
But ultimately, you've got to think like you're in this life. Really and truly, everyone's in this life for themselves. So
Nah.
I feel like it changes.
I think that's the mentality people have. Like,
No, but that's the reason why you choose to get married. The reason why you choose to get married is because you devote
No,
yourself.
but that's what that mentality. What I've just said. I think that mentality is so like rife with people now that people. That's why marriages fail, because they have the mentality of do what makes you happy.
But I can ask
but I
you-
agree with do what makes you happy. But like, if that's the case, then don't get married.
No, but
You know what I
see,
mean?
like you wouldn't.
I
You wouldn't.
think people give up way too
Yeah.
easily, no matter what
And
it is.
I feel like you wouldn't.
No.
I don't feel like you would with your wife, and I know for a fact that I won't. Do you know what I mean? I can only speak for 3 people right now and say
No.
that you won't. Do you know what I mean? I
With
know
KV.
KV won't.
Yeah.
I don't know about KV.
Keeps
I know
me-
KV won't. Do you know what I mean?
Which wife?
Ladies, man.
Ladies man right there. Nah, but I'm saying like at the end of the day, like, do you know what I mean? We can confidently say that we wouldn't just give up like that.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And
Just-
like
you can apply that across anything.
anything in
If
life.
you look at relationships now, people argue with their parents when they're like, "Yeah, that's it, I'm cutting off my mum."
Mm.
Like, does it make sense? Just because you have like one argument, be it 1, be it 100,
Yeah.
you work to repair the relationship. You don't just cut it off straight away.
Yeah.
Set that precedent to everything in life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
you'll be more successful. You'll be
like,
happy with.
you make a business, you fail, okay, you
Yeah.
go again. You don't just be like, okay,
But
scrap
you
it.
set yourself in a position.
Yeah.
You set yourself in a position where you won't be like, well, get me at the end of the
Because
day.
you just- if
The
you-
guy, I'm not gonna lie to you. The guy's a bit of an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
I
I don't think
feel,
he is.
bro.
I think he's a bit of
Why are
a
you
cuck.
accepting
I think it's
into
just, I think it's
open
just a bit of a
relationship?
cuck. That's
Do
it.
you know what I mean?
I think he's a cuck. That's
Like,
it.
he's messed up. Do
No,
you know what I mean?
he's a cuck. I genuinely think
I
he's
think
a cuck.
because when I watched that video and he was like, I became the best actor in the world, but at what sacrifice? I think he.
I want to talk about family. I want to talk about literally him and Jada. He messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know what I
that
mean?
is his family. He
Do you know what I
realized.
mean?
Cut.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What's
saying.
that?
Like at the end of the day, he messed up. I can't like, you know, as much as I want to like, do you know what I mean, help.
Like a
like,
literal simp.
yeah,
That's what he's
exactly.
become.
As much as I
Best
want to like,
behavior.
yeah,
He's
back him up
literally
and this and that. I know for a fact I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
for a fact you wouldn't do that.
but-
So why wouldn't you do that? Because you're not an idiot. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't
Do you
risk
mean,
yourself
like,
like
be
that.
with someone like that.
bro, agree to be in an open relationship with the one you
I
love,
would never do that.
with the person you
The
love.
thing is,
Isn't
after
that
like
stupid?
3 years in the relationship, they would know that you would know what Jada's like, you'd know what Will's like, and then at that point you could cut it off. Like,
Never mind having
if you
two
feel like
kids
you're
who are
meant to
like
sit.
20 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but either way, we'll stop at this. This
Yeah.
was our take on that.
Yeah.
That Will and Jada open
This went
relationships.
over.
Everything.
Mad angles. We just went like from here to
any
here.
angles.
Trust me. Come.
Subscribe.